I'm just cutting this piece back to fit in the plastic bowl that I bought from Dollar Tree to use as a mold. I'm just showing some of the parts here where I'm going to be cutting it at. This took a while to try to figure out how to get it cut and lay flat into the bottom of the bowl. Now I'm just using some of my UV resin to set some of the different pieces that I had to cut off this wood. I tried to utilize, and even though I cut it apart, still put it all in the same mold here. I just used the UV resin with the UV light, and here you see me putting some of the UV resin on the pine cones to get them to try to stay in place at the bottom of the mold. For the most part, I had everything stay in place. I had a couple of things I didn't get glued down quite right, and it kind of seemed to shift it on me. Time to add the resin. I used the same resin I used on the vase video I posted a couple weeks back. It seemed to work out quite well with it. It turned out really pretty, and I know this only got a shelf life of about 6 months, and I need to start using it up. You can see it's starting to yellow a little bit, but it don't affect when you use color pigments and stuff in there or trying to do clear. It seems to still come out pretty clear. I also taped in place a off turn that I did on the bottom of the vase project. It was what was left had the tendon still on it, so I used it so I can just add that to my chuck after getting this poured and it all set up. I'm using some blue, was like sparkle blue, and then I used a gold color and just put a touch of pearl in it to give it a little bit of shimmer. I ended up trying to get a darker blue. It seemed like it wasn't getting as dark as I liked, so I went and picked up and got some electric blue, but it looks more like a cobalt blue to try to darken it up, because I didn't want it to be true translucent, and I just ended up loving the color. And of course, I underestimated how much resin this was going to take. Oops. The first batch I mixed up was a 16-ounce batch, which is 8 and 8 of each side, because this is one part of each A and B. So I decided to go ahead and mix up another 16 ounces, which is a combined 32 ounces for this project. I got the colors to match pretty close, especially since I'm adding it before this starts setting up, and so it kind of swirled together anyways, which ended up being a really pretty, like a greenish color. So I was kind of happy with the way the color was turned out in it. Well, it's hardened up now. I just came back and checked on it, and there's all kinds of foaming up action, and it ran down through here. There's all kinds of mayhem. It was really beautiful last time I seen it when I poured it. I did pop it loose just to check the bottom of it. Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but from the looks of it, it had some kind of reaction to the wood, and it might be because there was moisture left in the wood, but I got that piece a while back, the main wood that's in the bottom here. I got that piece a a while back, and it's been on a shelf in a hot building for a good while, and it stayed in the hot back of the car for a while, so I could have swore that little piece would have been dried out by now. This piece floated up. Lucky it didn't float all the way up. So yeah, if anybody knows exactly what happened here, see the big cavities and stuff in there, leave me a comment and give me a little pointer. This, of course, this is about as thick as a resin pour as I did so far, and I know it's not a deep pouring epoxy resin, but I wasn't expecting this results. So I guess I gotta try to put this on the lathe. This shifted a little bit. So I guess I'll just try to put this on the lathe, turn this back until I get to wood, turn the sides back a little bit, and go from there and see if I can repair this or not. I'm sure I'll be able to. Maybe I'll... Here I'm just using my 5/8 inch bowl gouge. It seems after you sharpen it up, it cuts the resin real nice, but I do end up switching over to my round carbide cutter, and that's my usually go-to cutter for using any kind of resin or any kind of resin / wood product. Here you can see I opened up some of these big cavities. It was on the side. It didn't look that bad until I started cutting into it. Yeah, if you guys know exactly what happened, if it was the resin or you think moisture or something, please leave me a comment. Give me some pointers on it. I know I'm still kind of new at some of this resin stuff. I want to improve doing it, so any kind of pointers would definitely help. There I'm using the carbide cutter, cutting back the bottom, which is exposing some more of those big cavity crater areas where it had that reaction to it. It's quite disappointing so far with it. I was really looking forward to having this really pretty piece, but you know, it's a learning curve, and like I said, I'll eventually learn about this stuff. I decided to get a piece of this vinyl I had and wrap it around and glue it in place with the high temp hot glue gun, and just try to pour another color of resin. I went with a royal gold, which actually is a beautiful color. I actually went with that color to try to, you know, accent or give it a little better extra different color into the thing, and I just try to pour it over top and just let it set, and hopefully it would soak down into all these empty pockets and voids. Now I'm just using my carbide cutter to cut the gold back in place, and using my 5/8 inch bowl gouge also, which I said if it's freshly sharpened, it cuts it really slick. Well, I have some dust today. For some reason, it didn't flow down into a lot of these pockets. Some of them got filled in, some didn't. These pine cones seem to, like, I don't know. Frustrating. Don't know if I wanted to waste some more time on this piece, or what to do next to try to fill those in. Don't know if you use just clear UV resin or mix a little bit of pigment with it and put it in there. Don't know. Might switch to the side here and take some more of this down. I got pine cone problems here too. Ay. Yeah. So yeah, let me switch this here and try to work on this, and then I might have to set this aside to finish up at a later date, because this is frustrating. Yeah. If you guys have any ideas of how to possibly fix this project, or give me some pointers on something, I don't want to give up on it just yet. I'm going to set it aside and come back and work on it. But if you guys would just give me a couple pointers, comments, or anything, just give me a heads up or let me know what you guys think. Some of this got filled in nice and some not at all. Yeah, I don't know exactly what to do about that stuff. I'm getting down here some of the wood. This got filled in, looks like pretty decent. Yeah. Clean up here. Probably gonna pull this one off and set it aside for now, and then come back and try to make a game plan on it later. Don't know what else to do with it since it has all this problems. The pine cones didn't work out right in it. So yeah. Back to the drawing board, I guess.